Hey y'all, it's your favorite, the goddess you love. Fit check, fit check, fit check. You, 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 you. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. Anyways, so I have a lot of people asking me to get to know me. Also, first, let me just say thank you guys for all your support. Y'all been running the numbers up on the Patreon, on the YouTube. I appreciate it. We're trying to get to 500 subscribers on YouTube, 150 on Patreon. I fucks with those who fucks with me, fucking with a real one. So I appreciate it. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Tell your friends, you know what I'm saying? You fucking with a real one, a baddie. With a real fupa. You see it? I don't try to hide it. I ain't ashamed of it. I don't try to cover it up. I ain't wearing no waist trainer. None of that. These boobs gonna go where they go, and this stomach gonna be how it be. So, anyways, as a lot of y'all asking me to get to know me, to know more about me. So, I figured today we would have a very, very special topic to me. We're gonna talk about my father. Now, I don't know who my biological father is. I never got an opportunity to meet him. I did an ancestry kit. I found out he's Nigerian, all of that. But I have no clue to who he is, where he is. I've had a few names thrown out over the years. That he was a registered nurse. That his name was Charles. That he met my mother in Tennessee. And then they went to Arkansas and then Atlanta, which is where I was born. But I don't know if any of that's true. I saw a picture one time of him when I was very young. He was a very, I wouldn't say dark skin, but definitely a very deep brown. He had long hair. He had a feather in his hair. So at the time, I thought he was an Indian. But maybe that was just his style. I don't know. My sister says she remembers him, so I don't know. But today is not about my biological father. Today, it's about the man who I will always call my father, who I will always see as my daddy, John Parsons. He's my adoptive father. He was married to Sally Parsons, and they adopted us when I was about to be 3. But we had stayed with them for a whole year, so I knew them from the time I was 2 to 3. And then they adopted us. They adopted me and my 2 older sisters. They were both white. But John was amazing. First of all, we're going to try to make it through this episode without crying. But if I cry, it's because I love him, and he meant so much to me. First, let me start by saying John Parsons is the first man that I ever knew that loved me. That he picked me and he loved me. And it did a lot for me as a kid to really know that this person picks me, chooses me. He had a choice of anybody, and he picked me. He used to call me his little butterfly all the time. So when butterflies come to visit the garden, I always think it's my papa coming to see me, to say hello. Butterflies came on our wedding day, which also is his birthday. So butterflies have a large meaning to me. My father's solution for everything bad was ice cream. Ice cream. You don't feel good? Ice cream. You had a bad day? Ice cream. Mama yelled at you? Ice cream. Ice cream, ice cream. Ice cream was his fix for everything. It's probably why I love ice cream so much today. I eat ice cream all the time. I take the kids for ice cream all the time. I love it. I love pecans. And it's probably because when I was little, where we stayed, a couple houses down, there was a huge pecan tree in their yard. But they were mean people, and they wouldn't let nobody come get the pecans. But I didn't know that, because my daddy would always take me down there at night, and we would be filling up the back of his truck with pecans. Until one night, the people came out yelling and cussing and shot at us. And we drove off and laughing. And where did we go? To get ice cream. So, John Parsons was unlike any other man that I ever met. He had such a infectious laugh. He could make anybody laugh. He was always wrestling. He'd wrestle you down to the ground and put a loogie on your forehead in a heartbeat, just because. And he thought it was the funniest thing ever. He loved Stone Cold Steve Austin. He loved Hulk Hogan, The Rock. He loved the old school wrestlers back in the day. Maybe The Rock. I don't think that was around then. I could be wrong. I don't remember. But he loved the old classic rock, the Eagles, Alabama, like the Rolling Stones. He definitely had an affinity for the old school rock and country, of course. He was white. He loved some Garth Brooks. Um, he was in the military. He was actually a shooter. He was in the Army Ranger, I do believe. I don't want to be wrong, but I do believe he was an Army Ranger. I just know that whatever division of the military he was in the Army, that he always talked about shooting, always like how he had a really great shot from a long distance. And his battle buddies, when they would come over to the house, would say, like, if you're ever pinned down, let John will get you out. John will clear the path. John could shoot they used to say, John could shoot a silver dollar off the forehead of a horse a mile away. Now, I don't know if that's true or not. That's just something they used to say. I do know my father was a great shot. And how I know that is he used to take me hunting with him all the time. I didn't really like hunting, but it was an opportunity to get out of the house, away from my sisters, just me and daddy time. And so he would go hunting, mostly for deer. But one year, he killed a bear. He killed the bear directly in front of me. And when I tell you, I don't know if... I didn't think we was going to make it, y'all. We had been in that deer stand all fucking morning, like for real. And when we came down to go use the bathroom, some other hunters like seen us and told us like, hey, the park ranger said there's bears in this area. Y'all be careful. And my father laughed and he was like, I sure wish I could see a bear. I don't know why he said that. We go back in the deer stand. I was out of crackers. So, back in the day, I don't know if any of y'all used to eat this, but liverwurst, the little paste, you can put it on crackers. It's salty and delicious. I used to love it when I was a kid. Anyways, so I got this tube of liverwurst and I'm out of motherfucking crackers. Okay? So I'm done being in this fucking deer stand. So I'm making a bunch of noise. I'm touching stuff. So my daddy says, you ready to go? Come on, let's go. So we come down and I'm coming down out the tree first. As I'm coming down, I hear what sounds like a growl, but it doesn't sound very close, but it is close. Keep in mind, I'm about 6 years old. So, close to me, my perspective is off. Anyways, I hear a growl. I look. I see the bushes kind of moving. I don't see anything. My daddy says, move. So, I'm moving faster down the tree. Boom, 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 boom. As soon as I drop down out the tree, all of a sudden, I know it's a bear. I know it's a bear because I can hear it like, but I don't see anything. So, that means the bear is behind the bushes charging up. So, but I'm froze. I'm frozen. Also, let me tell you, my daddy always used to take 2 guns with him when he would go hunting. So, one that shot multiple bullets. I don't know what kind of rifle that was, but it always had like 3 or 4 shots in it. And then one that shot 1 bullet at a time. One very long bullet that he had to load in, slide a little slider, and pow. But it was high powered and it always was so fucking loud. Okay. So I've got the big high-powered 1-shooter on me. It's like around my, Daddy used to let me tote it down for him. And he's got the other one, strapped around him. Anyway, so now I'm on the ground. And I'm frozen. I can't move. I'm fucking freaking out. I don't know what to do. So I'm crying. Obviously, I'm crying. I look, all of a sudden, through the trees comes the bear. And then I just hear bullets. Boom, boom, boom. So my dad is still hanging on from the tree stand, like from the little spikes to come down, and he's shooting at the bear. He's not actually hitting the bear, but I think he was trying to scare the bear away. But it didn't work. Okay, so the bear kind of backs up, and then, like, off to the right, the bear comes running, y'all. Fucking running. Oh, my God. I peed a little bit. And so my daddy jumps down out the tree. He grabs the rifle, like, off my neck, and he loads it. And he, boom, shoots. Now, I don't know if it hits the bear or not, but the bear is unfazed. The bear is still coming full stride. It's not fucking playing. And I'm like, oh, my God, we are finna die. Like, Daddy, we finna die. And then the bear comes up, like, real close, probably like as close as I am to you now. And she's like, stands up real big and rah, and does all this. And then boom, my daddy pops her. She falls down dead. Yay. But no, I was so fucking terrified. I peed all over myself. That shit was absolutely terrible. Park rangers show up. Other hunters show up. Everybody's congratulating my daddy. That was his most prized kill he ever had. He was so proud of that. He had it stuffed. And my mama hated it. Sally hated it. So he had it stuffed. And then eventually one of the owners of Boots, Bridles, and Breeches bought it from him. It was his prized fucking possession. My father had killed that bear. But Sally had said it couldn't come in the house. So he sold it. But, you know, even though I only got 7 years with John Parsons, those 7 years probably were the most impactful of my life because he always took time to make me feel special and seen and loved. He always was including me in things and telling me how, you know, like, oh, they're just mean to you because they don't understand how great you are. You know, one day you'll show them, oh, my little butterfly, you know, that you'll have someone that will love you the way I love you or more, that, you know, you're destined to be great because you are beautiful, because you are smart. And like, he would spend so much time. I said I wasn't gonna cry, y'all. He would spend so much time like with me, making sure that like I didn't feel alone anymore, or that I didn't feel different just because I didn't look like my sisters or like him or like Sally. Just so much, bro. Like, it changed me. It changed me. And in my darkest times, when I was thugging in the streets, when I felt like giving up, like, it really was the thing that carried me through. The love that I knew I had received from him, even though he wasn't my father, it really allowed me to know that, like, I am destined for something else. This can't be the end. This can't be, you know, what I live this life for. This can't be the end of my story, the last chapter. Like, there's got to be more. So I can't give up now. And I think it also helped me in the perspective of raising my own children. Like, you know, kids need both. They need their mama and their father, because the thing that he gave to me, you know, was priceless. And it gave me a level of sense of self and confidence and worth that I never would have had if I never met John Parsons. He accepted me. He accepted me as is, as his daughter, even though it made other people look at him crazy, that he was calling this little black girl his daughter. It made me have faith in myself and other people, that like, if this man could pick me and love me, then like, yo, I can do anything. I can survive anything. I can overcome anything. And like, just knowing now in my 30s that like that love is what was so instrumental and changed my life. Like, I don't know. I think it helps me a lot to understand how like boys and girls, they need their mother and their father. Like, they need people on both sides. You know, they say it takes a village. You do. You need that village of people to love and support you. Because if I never had John and I only endured Sally, I would have never made it. I would have never been the woman I am today. I would have been a shit mother, because I would have genuinely never have received any kind of love or peace or joy from any of the people that were placed in my life, except for John. There's so many stories I could tell y'all about John, but I can't tell too many of them because I will cry. That man means everything to me. Like, now I'm married, right? I have 5 children, and I genuinely look at my life now, and I can feel my dad. Like, he's proud. He's finally proud. Like, I went through so many bad days and so much hard shit, and I just was like, I wonder where my dad is. I wonder like how it would be different if he was here. And then I married the man that I'm so in love with, and we brought our families together, and we're paving a way together. And all of a sudden, without even having to ask, I knew my father was there, and I knew my father was proud. And I hope I keep making him proud. And I hope he's proud of his beautiful grandchildren. And I hope he's proud of the children to come. And I hope he's proud of the man I picked. And I hope he's proud of me. And that I didn't give up when I really, really wanted to. Because I was alone. And now I'm not. And he always said, little butterfly, you will be great. You will find someone that will love you more than I do. And I think I did. So that's a little bit about me. John Parsons was the shit. Was a shooter to a shooter. My daddy was a shooter for real. He had no bitch in his blood, bruh. Like, at all. If you said something to him he didn't like, yeah, I know he's a white man, but nigga, he'll get off in your shit with the quickness. He wasn't indifferent or hot-headed and inconsiderate of other people's feelings. He was very considerate. He was always tried to be fair and balanced, but also right is right and wrong is wrong. So if it was wrong, he was gonna get off on your ass. He didn't see color, like, not in the way that these stupid people say. Like, he saw the color, but he didn't see the color and it made him want to be different. He saw the color and it made him want to know more about them, embrace them, find out what similarities y'all have, even though your color is different. And I think that showed me so much too. So big ups to John Parsons. We love you, gone, but never, ever, ever forgotten. I will never forget the lessons you taught me. I will never forget the man that you were. I will never forget how much you loved me and how much I loved you. And I hope when you look down at me and my husband and our children, I hope you laugh every day. Just like we used to laugh on the couch. I hope when you see the bad that I've done, you understand that I should have done different. But I'm still that girl that's just figuring it out. And I love you. And so that's John Parsons. That's who he is. A great man. He was then, he is now. He was the fire chief at Fort Gordon. He was everything. He was always building stuff with his hands. He always was trying to improve his life and the life of people around him. He was so dependable. He was so solid. He let his heart lead him, and that was his truth. And it's a lot of the qualities that I looked for when I looked for my forever. And I found them. And that's thanks to you, Daddy. So, I love you. I love you. Okay. So, that's my daddy. Y'all wanted to know. Now you know. He died when I was 7. We had his funeral. I didn't know he was dead. I got in the casket. I got my ass whooped for getting in the casket. Because I thought my daddy was playing a joke. Because he was quick for, he loved a fucking joke. Always pulling pranks. Always joking. So, I thought he was joking. I got in the casket. I stuck my finger in his nose. I tried to make him wake up. He wouldn't get up. And that's when I knew. And then I got my ass whooped. I really got beat real, real bad. They tore my funeral dress all off. Like, it was bad. But, yeah. So, he was hilarious and had a kind spirit. He was strong and smart and creative and had a great shot and a great laugh and full of life and full of love. And I am grateful that I ever even got to call you my daddy and represent you. I love you, John Parsons. You're everything. And y'all, like, comment, subscribe, share. Tell me about the parent that meant so much to you. Share the link. Keep running the numbers up. I love y'all. Bye, darling.